What's up? Baseball After Dark. 9 o'clock. What's today? 25th, April 25th. Yeah, chaos in MLB. Knicks win. Thanks, Maya. No Mets today. We'll see tomorrow. Doubleheader. Obviously, we got some Red Sox stuff going on. Jared Carrabis called it the Red Wedding. I saw on Reddit maybe half an hour before the news dropped about Cora and 5 other coaches, I believe, all getting fired. Including Ramon Vasquez, Veritek, they reassigned, both hitting coaches. And now Chad Tracy is the interim. So, yeah, there's that. I mean, originally I was like, man, this was a good day for the Sox. They won 17-1, and Crochet looked good. But obviously now we're in a different situation. And I'm excited for the pieces that are going to come out. I want to know more information, but there's not a lot out there. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Obviously, Cora and Breslow didn't see eye to eye on some things, or unless it was John Henry, I don't really know. But either way, I'm sure we'll get a lot more information in the coming days. A lot of things to look at today. Got some good stuff in the Discord just sent my way, so I'll try to remember to stay on task with that. But let's just stay in the chat here for a minute. Carl, I was dead wrong on that AO when I said it was quiet in Boston. No, not quiet. It's getting. I knew it was getting loud, but I feel like it was getting loud for both Breslow and Cora. And now the move has been made. Brez is still there. Obviously didn't fire his buddy Bailey, and Cora's out. Second highest paid manager, I believe, in MLB with 2 years remaining, including this one. So, midway through the contract that goes south, who knows? Who knows what's going to come down the pike with the Red Sox? But yeah, I didn't have it on my bingo card that Alex Cora would be fired. What is it today? April 25th? I did not have that on my bingo card. So very surprised. Very, very surprised. How long before Cora to Philly talk starts with Dombrowski? I would say probably pretty quickly if they're looking to make a move on Rob Thompson or really whoever. I think Alex will land on his feet eventually. So we'll see. Yeah, Red Wedding. I do feel like that's kind of apropos, right? It's like supposed to be a happy day, a wedding, or like a 17-1 win. So that makes it all the more unexpected when people just start getting their heads chopped off. So pretty crazy. I did see Veritek got reassigned or was offered reassignment. So we'll see what happens there. New franchise record. This just happened. Mason Miller, 34 2/3 scoreless consecutive innings. I'm loving that he's on the streak because it brings my name back up a little bit, which is great. Since he's chasing me and a few others for the all-time record, which is awesome. Boston should have kept Bloom, and honestly, Mets should have hired Bloom over Brody looking back too. Cora looked very good in Queens. See, a lot of people like one person's trash, another person's gold, so we'll see what happens, what's going on. It was mutual agreement or Breslow just fired the coaching staff. Don't know. I think we're going to find out all of that moving forward. We're going to find all that out moving forward. All right. Let's check the scoreboard right now. There's a couple games that already ended. These are the ones in progress. Rangers are up 4-3 on the A's in the 3rd. Brewers and Pirates are tied in the 7th. That was Mizorowski today. The Royals are up 5-1 on the Angels. I'll be there for tomorrow night's game. Hopefully no rain. I know it's going to rain a little, but hopefully no rain. I already got a text about rain gear, so that's not fun. Yankees Stros are tied at 2 in the 7th. Dodgers erupting early against the Cubs, and they are up 8-3 in that one. Cubs had won, I think, 10 in a row. Reds up 6-2 on the Tigers. Phillies and the return of Zack Wheeler, which we definitely have to check out, are up 2-0. And then obviously the Mets and the Rockies were washed out. There'll be 2 games tomorrow. I believe McLean in the day game, Senga in the night game. Not sure about the Rockies pitchers. And so the games that already finished today, the aforementioned Red Sox, who won 17-1 today before firing their whole coaching staff. Mariners beat the Cardinals. They were able to take Riley O'Brien down. As soon as I mentioned that we need to look into him because he was off to a stellar start, they took him down. Blue Jays win. Gosman started this one. Okamoto starting to get more comfortable at the plate, 5-3, so we'll check in on that. Giants win again, 6-2. They're creeping back into respectability. Rays 6-1 over the Twins. That was a Shane McClanahan, and it looks like Junior Caminero hit 2 balls very hard. Nationals over White Sox. No home run for Murakami. Padres just won over the D-backs 6-4. And maybe that's where we should start. This game was in Mexico. So maybe that's where we should start before we even do any Red Sox stuff right off the rip. I'm not going to be here that long. I have to get up super early tomorrow to fly. So I apologize in advance for the brief-ish stream tonight. Hopefully a little more than an hour. And then I'm going to get my old body to bed because I got to get up super early to fly to Kansas City and try to take Jason Benetti to lunch. So we'll see what happens there. All right, yeah, Mason Miller, 1 inning, no strikeouts. So kind of a bad day for him. No negative FIP today. We'll just blame it on the altitude. All right, how many home runs were hit in this game? Ty France hit 2. Alec Thomas hit 1. Did Nolan play? 2 for 4. Creeping up. Marquez, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Not a lot of strikeouts in this game, but you got to imagine the movement numbers. You know, Mexico, a lot of people don't realize, is exceptionally high altitude most of the time. So I would expect that, yeah, like Herman Marquez's induced vertical break on his fastball in this game is down 5 inches. So that's a pretty telltale sign. What about Mason? Yeah, his four seam down 6 inches. His sinker, I didn't even know he threw a sinker. And then cutter? Where's the slider? So this is totally misclassifying pitches left and right. But let's just hop right in because I want to see what the stadium looks like, and I want to see if we can find Mason Miller's last outing. We'll watch that real quick, and then we'll get into Crochet, and then Wheeler, and a couple other things on the docket, Okamoto, etc. And we'll keep it moving. All right, so Padres win it. Miller comes in. He closes it out. I saw that he hit 103 in this game. So here we are in Mexico. That's the cutter, which really is breaking nasty. -5.2, -9 to the left. So anyway, we'll watch all of Mason Miller's pitches because he's the best, nastiest pitcher in the world. I've been thinking a lot about him. What's the ceiling for this season? Can he beat Zach Britton with the .6 ERA for the season? You know, is 150 strikeouts in play? I think that's close to the reliever record. I believe it's Brad Lidge. Either him or it's Carlos Marmol. I think had like 130-something one year for the Cubs. There's 103.4. 103.4. I don't even know what to say with that. And then back to the breaking ball here at 89.2. And he gets the fly out. Looks like a pretty good crowd out there in Mexico City. Got invited to go. I should have went, but I have got work tomorrow. Can we just check out the side mechanics of... Oh, there is no side mechanics because we're in Mexico. All right, I wanted to see Mason throw 103 from the side. But we'll keep going. All right, ball 1 there. I mean, this is just such a different pitching environment. The closest thing to Coors, but even higher. So, anyway, just so you know, it's a little different. Here's 102. Doors. And then 102.2. He's going to, off the leg. Be careful with our guy. Can't get him hurt. Flips it over, and then he's going to get a 3-pitch out here versus Ketel Marte to lock down another save. He's now set a franchise record for scoreless innings. He's a freak. This is a changeup. It says sinker, but it's 96.5. And then he ends the game on almost 103-mile-an-hour fastball that looked like it did have real cut. Jeez, that was 12 and negative 0.2. Look at this ball on the way to the plate. Can you see it in full speed? So the Padres win. They'll keep pace with the Dodgers, I believe. And Mason Miller just humming along, just humming right along, Mr. Mason Miller. What's his numbers look like now? I mean, obviously, without today's game. So his strikeout rate's going to come down. People are going to be upset about that. But my goodness gracious, that's a lot of red. That's redder than the red wedding. That is red. He didn't get any punches today, so he'll go up to 13 1/3, 27 strikeouts. Okay, poor guy. His whip will go down from 0.41 to like 0.4, 0.39. He's off to a hellacious start. What a beast. All right, that's it for Mason Miller. Let's get into our Red Sox talk. So they won 17-1 and then fired the whole squad. Box score, everybody had fun today. 3 hits for Cedon, 2 for Contreras, 2 for Abreu, 1 for Story, 3 for Monasterio, 1 for Duran, 2 for Durbin, who needed it, 1 for Wong, 2 for Kiner Falefa, Garrett Crochet, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts on 90 pitches. You know, we did 2 What's a Matter with Garrett Crochet streams. The last 2 times he pitched, we pretty much diagnosed that we didn't think it was much. We thought he'd be all right, and he was all right today. Velocity was the same. Got 29% whiff today. Threw 63% strikes. Not quite enough first pitch strikes, but he was pitching with a massive cushion in this game. Here's what I did like to see. He stopped going a little bit to that sinker. We talked a little bit about how he was using too much sinker, and it didn't really make a lot of sense. And this time he said, screw that. I'm throwing my screaming four-seamer 53 times. Also 18 sweepers. So he really consolidated the mix down, kept it simple. And so let's watch it. Crochet versus the Orioles today. Orioles Sox from Camden Yards. Camden Yards. All right, Garrett Crochet, first batter of the game, is Mr. Taylor Ward, who's had an outstanding season to this point, leading the league in chase percentage. Little pop-up story with a little go back on that and get it. Now he's going to strike out Gunner on a 97-mile-an-hour heater. I really just want to watch Crochet's tempo and just how he bullies guys, because when he's good, he plays a lot of that bully ball, and I wonder if he watched Peyton Tolley the other day, and he said, all right, you know, maybe I need to do a little more bully ball, and that's what he kind of did today. He just bullied guys with mostly fastballs. We saw 53 heaters. That's a 1-2-3 first inning. He did get an out on a sinker right there. Here's a strikeout of Big Pete on a fastball. Pretty good pitch to hit, but it's very telling that he doesn't cover that, because that means this pitch had some serious stank on it. 18 inches of vert, 95.6 from the big left-hander. Also, something about his delivery is feeling a little different. Maybe a little more crossfire today than the other days, but everything...
Same number as Rogers today.
I don't know. Definitely getting some stank on that. I like that.
Playing his first game in 17 days. And O'Neill pokes one into shallow
Popped
right.
it up on another fastball there, so 2 outs in the second. And then he's going to go 1-2-3 here in the second as well with another fastball here to Jackson. Little fly out to Wheeler. And 3 up, 3 down in the second, on to the third. First pitch out on a fastball here from Leote to Tavares. Ooh, tough play. Here comes Wheeler. Very nice slide. Good technique there. Very nice technique there. Love that. All right, here is Kobe Mayo. Ooh, that's the first really well-hit ball. That's going to be a double. Turns around an 0-2 heater up. Shoots it into left. Duran will go retrieve that. And now he's going to punch his first guy with a sweeper. This is going to be Blaze Alexander. A little backdoor top shelf sweeper. There you go. And then here's the first walk. I mentioned Taylor Ward, who's pretty much not chasing at all. Doesn't chase there. So now we have a 2-on, 2-out situation for Gunnar Henderson. Let's watch this at bat. All right, 95-3. Challenge heater fouled back. Now to the cutter, 92-6. Down low. Yeah, Taylor Ward is very upright, and he's got kind of that drift forward launch swing. Cutter away there. That was nasty. Sweeper off of that. That's a little down, and then he's going to throw a better sweeper here and get the called strike. Is this front door? Accidental front door? Nah, it's just perfectly dotted away. All right, so showing some sweeper command here. And he's through the third. All right, on to the fourth, and a 1-pitch out of Adley Rutschman coming here. Also, the Red Sox were downright disrespectful early in this game to Adley behind the plate and his throwing arm. They ran all over this guy. Early in the game today. Bunch of steals. All right, Big Pete flying it out to left. Just getting under that one. 104.3. All right, so while we're here with Pete, I've been noticing a little something with this stance. He's toned it down a little bit there, but he was doing like a hitch thing for a while. It's just like his before his load, like. All right, he toned it down a little bit at least. All right, I was thinking of something from the other day, but it looked very Blatant. All right, called strike 3 here on a backdoor sweeper to Tyler O'Neill to end the 4th. Nice pitch. On to the 5th. He's going to punch the first guy out with a sweeper. Jackson, nice one below the zone. That had some depth to it. Now here's the second walk. This is Mr. Tavares. So 2 walks. Sweeper to Mayo. Got hit on a fastball the first time. Ooh, another pretty good swing. But hit it to the wrong freaking guy. He's going to make that play every time. How hard he hit that? 104, 2 at 20, and that didn't carry at all. Missed the top spun it a little bit. Sinker here. Fly out to center. Broadcasters are always bringing up Crochet's arm angle being lower. Yeah, it is a little lower this year. That's one of the only things we noticed when looking at some of his data. But I mean, I don't know. I do feel like, this is something that we probably didn't think about much in the past and probably naturally happens a lot. But at the same time, it's going to be an infield hit. But now that we have the data, you're going to see these changes and you're going to wonder about them. So I don't know what to make of it yet. Until we have a full-blown problem, I'm not going to panic. Also, I like the fact that he just went up to 97 here in the 6th inning. He had been kind of cruising there, and then he gets a really nice bolt here up and into Gunner, and he bullies the crap out of him right there. Here's a hit from Adley, grounder through the hole, so it's going to be 2 on and 2 out, and this is his last batter. It's Pete. Fires out a first pitch cutter, bangs it in the ground right to Durbin, and it's a game-ending double play for Crochet. It doesn't end the game. They go on to score 10 more runs, but that's it for Crochet's day. A very efficient 90 pitches. I wouldn't say that efficient, but a nice 90 pitches. 6 innings, no runs. He needed it. ERA down to 6.3. Feel very good about that. Feel very good about that. I have no idea what to expect from the Red Sox coaching staff. I know Chad Tracy is now the interim manager. It's the guy I competed against. I know him a little bit. I played for his dad, Jim Tracy, in Boston. Yep, Crochet is fine. We've been saying that. Probably he's gonna have to really pitch his ass off if he wants to get back in the awards races these days, because you pretty much have to pitch good 90% of your outings to get in there, but it doesn't matter. He's not broken. I think he's fine. So we saw that. I did get rid of the ads. There's still ads? I did get rid of the ads. Are you guys still getting ads? When you can't find your husband, so you look for him on his stream. Somebody let me know if you're still getting ads. I thought Wait, you said yup, nope? Yup, nope? You just had one? That's weird. I took them off. I took the ads off. Maybe there's a pre-roll, but I don't have any mid-rolls anymore. We did away with that. Arm angles became a much bigger thing on Savant. That's what I feel, Carl. It's like getting an MRI. Back in the day, they didn't get an MRI, so they didn't know if they blew their UCL or shoulder or anything out. They just kept playing or didn't play, but they didn't really know what was up. Now, we know everything. So sometimes information can, make you think you have to make a change when maybe it's just something natural. Hard to say. All right. What else we got here? I know we're about to go look at Okamoto next in a second. Brett's saying I'm getting ads. Everybody else is saying no ads yet. So I think it might just be you, Brett. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what it is. My live stream doesn't have any ads. So I don't know. Okay. Okamoto sends, let's get to Okamoto. Okamoto sends another one to the flight deck. Has he figured something out? Now, we got some information here in the old Discord, so let's let this pop up. Got some very nice info here from Klein Ebier. I think that's how you say your name. Kazuma Okamoto, batter position, inches per game. Now, this is very granular, and I like this shit a lot. So at the beginning of the year, he was way up in the box. He has steadily moved back in the box since opening day, and now he was at 19.2 inches depth in the box on opening day. Now he's at 27.7. That seems like a significant adjustment. And he's also about 1.5 to 2 inches closer to the plate than he started off. So a little more on the plate, a little further back. Maybe this is part of the adjustment. I don't know. But either way, the kid had a sick wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in here. Had a sick day, and he's starting to get hot, you know? So who'd the Jays play? I should know this. I really should, but my brain's not working. Blue Jays. Who'd you play today? Blue Jays, Cleveland. Okay. The Guardians. All right, here he is, Kazuma Okamoto. Even though he strikes out the first at bat, we're going to watch all his pitches from today. We've been tracking him a lot. So he's a little closer to the plate, and now he's finally in the back of the box. So being closer on the plate, what's that going to do for him? That is the question. Maybe a little better coverage of the outside corner he's going for, or he's trying to make balls appear closer to him, like he wants balls closer to him. Those would be the reasons you would move closer to the dish. All right, punches out on a weird high changeup. Second at bat, coming here. So, trying to figure it out. Okamoto just needed to acclimate.
Kind of give himself a different look, a different angle, different coverage.
Clear your cookies, Brett. I don't know if she knows how to do that. Is this going to be the bomb right here? Here it comes. This ball's crushed. Also dead center. Just like yesterday's bomb. Back up to the WestJet flight deck for the second straight day. A buck 09, 109 at 30, 425 dead center. He's hit some impressive bombs. I know his overall package hasn't been that impressive yet, but we're starting to see it. And, I mean, the tools are there. He's got massive donkey power to all fields. He's very balanced at the plate. I'm just a big fan, and I think from watching him, there wasn't enough of one thing that was dominating him. I mean, yeah, it was breaking balls a little bit, but he didn't look like lost on them. He just looked like his swing was a little out of whack to me, or he was a little, caught up in thinking about velocity too much, which I think might have happened with Murakami for a stretch this year as well. But now these guys are going to settle in. They're going to get more used to the way the ball's moving. And the raw tools will play. The talent will play. So there's Okamoto drilling another home run to center. Next at bat. I was wondering this. How many balls actually go up there? As someone who watches many Blue Jays games, not many put them into the flight deck. I thought this was like a Judge or Stanton territory, and I don't even know if Vlad's hit too many balls up there, to be honest with you. But a back-to-back days for Okamoto, that's pretty dang impressive. And when you're standing there on the field at Sky Dome, which is what I call it, it looks super high and super far. It looks almost impossible to get it up there. So, pretty cool. All right, so he jumped ahead 3-0 in this at-bat. Vlad just steals second. 3-1 changeup coming here. Out early on that, and then a curveball coming here. So I want to look at some of his data to understand why he wanted to move back and a little closer to the plate. Hammers a curveball to left there. That's 92-3. And then he's going to draw a 4-pitch walk here to drive in a run, I believe, off Peyton Payette. So another good day for Oko. Let me see what that moved his OPS up to. But they're going to need him. They're going to need him at least until they trade for Jordan at the trade deadline. Oh, shit. I cracked myself up. All right. Blue Jays. Where is he? Where's my guy? So he's up to 743 OPS. Respectable. He's on the upswing. Let's keep going, Kazuma. You can do this. All right. Let me try to see something real quick. Oh, I don't want this to be my... Where's my keyboard? All right, Kazuma Okamoto. Hitter attack. All right, so this is what he's looked like to date versus righties and versus lefties. So here, he's covered middle in, but not all the way in. So that makes you think like he'd be exposing himself more by being on top of the plate. But then again, you look at his versus lefties, and he's creaming everything on the outside corner. So maybe he's just scooching up a little bit Not really sure why. If he's having no problem with plate coverage versus lefties, maybe that's the issue, or maybe he's doing it for breaking ball's sake versus righties, because versus righties he's struggling with breaking balls away. Don't know. Find it a little weird. Let's look at his pitch frequency. They've been pitching him up with the fastball, but across the whole length of the zone. What about here? On breaking balls, everything away. So maybe he's trying to give himself some more room on breaking ball away from the righties. Either way, I'm not sure, but the fact that he is moving around a ton in the box is interesting. We talked already how people don't really do this. People don't really make this adjustment anymore. So I find it interesting, and hopefully he can keep it going. He's on a hot streak. You got to ride those as long as possible. All right, what else we got here in the chat? Watch so many games from the WestJet flight deck. It's far and don't see many balls up there. Yeah. 4 years, $60 million deal. That's 15 per. Just from an eye test perspective, his strikeouts on fastball were absolute doors. Giving him more time to read the ball had to be a factor. Yeah, I think instead of having to think about cheating to the fastball and then that leaves you exposed for everything else, now he feels like he has a little bit more room to hit the fastball. I mean, 8 inches in depth is no joke. Like, that's a big deal in baseball. That's a couple precious milliseconds. Oh, yeah, Josh Phelps. Josh Phelps used to hit nukes. I actually played with Josh Phelps in AAA with the Cardinals at one point. I remember him bragging that the only people who had made it to fourth deck in Skydome were like him and like Canseco or something. And I was like, oh, maybe Delgado or something. I was like, man, that's a lot of power. Okamoto was at like 600 OPS a few days ago, so he's done a lot of heavy lifting recently. I'm jealous of hitters in this way because you can like really gain a lot of ground in a really fast amount of time as a hitter. Like you just have like 1 week where you go off, whereas a pitcher can't gain a lot of ground fast, but you can lose it really fast with one really bad outing. So a lot of good power hitters coming for MPB, waiting if Sato. I'm definitely think we'll see Sato. Sato and Morishita will be in the future too. Okamoto's numbers much better than Bo, Bichette, and better D at third. That's fair. Jays have a prospect named Reese Wissinger who has 20.8 inches of reduced vertical break in his four-seam. Are you able to watch him? Possibly, but I don't spend a whole lot of time on A-ball guys. But yeah, I could probably watch him on Synergy because there's a lot, or on the research tool. There's a lot of single A stuff, especially if he's in that Dunedin team. Yeah, Dunedin, like you said. All right, we're gonna pivot off of that for now. I have so many things open. What was Gosman's day like today? 6 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. That's steady. Also, they tried out their new bullpen configuration with Hoffman sitting on the sideline for this one. They went Fluharty for the one lefty. He punched his ticket. Rogers pitched the 8th, clean 8th, and then Varland came out for the 9th. He did have to dig deep a little bit, which is kind of like, I was talking to JD Bunkus yesterday, and I was kind of like, I like Varland in the closing role because I do think he can dig deep. So yeah, he got in a little trouble here. Fly out, single, double, walk. So then he ends up in the huge spot here. Bases loaded. Let's watch how he fast faces these last 2 guys. Change up down. Here's the 4-seam. Schneider's thinking, man, the 9th inning is cursed for me. Why can't I just need some antacids over here or something? Nasty changeup fouled away. I love his 4-seam changeup combo. I also like this pitch, the knuckle curve that he has. Doesn't hit with that. 2-2. 4-seam up in.
Count remains 2-2.
4-seam up there. Changeup coming here. 93.6 changeup. That's funny. Gets some tap foul, and then he's going to punch him with a 94-mile-an-hour changeup. That was so gross. How do you hold that? Look at that. That's a little bit above the bottom of the zone, and then watch it bottom late. Of course, his foot's in the way, but that is filthy. Filthy pitch and a clutch pitch because that gets you 1 out away. And then he's going to go ahead and punch Brian Rocchio's ticket. And let me tell you, neither of these guys are easy guys to punch out. Man, he had a great changeup going. Holy cow. What a good pitcher. Changeup, ball. Changeup again. Strike. And then four-seam Doors for the victory. Doors up top. Nice pitch. Let's see what Louis looks like from the side. Let me tell you, closing might not be the hardest job in the world. I think that, truthfully, I think eighth inning is actually harder sometimes, but there's nothing like closing adrenaline. Nothing like closing adrenaline. Here's Louis. You know you're the man, you know? There's an aura about it. There's a mystique about it. Nasty. So now him and his brother are tied for saves. Look at that hip shoulder separation and then just wham. He gets good spinal bend there too. Whack. That's nasty. All right, here we go. Manny Ramirez, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco 3 times, Josh Donaldson, Edwin Encarnacion, the Parrot, Brandon Lau have all hit the 400, 500 levels. Rammer, former wrestler, so he's an athlete. Fuck yeah, he's an athlete. This is a worthy conversation to have. I had it with JD yesterday, and I'll have it with you right now. I wanted to see Rogers closing, best defense in for a ground ball guy, and keep Varland as multi-inning fireman. I think Varland in a perfect world for a manager is your fireman. Rogers gets he gets skipped over a lot for fireman roles or for closing roles because he doesn't have the huge strikeout rate. But, if you research it, you know, you go look at Tyler Rogers over the past few years, you know, he doesn't give up a lot of runs. You know, 1.98 last year in friggin' 81 games and 2.82 the year before that in 77 games. So look, majority of the time, clean inning. He might give up some ground ball hits, but he's usually going to get through it with no runs scored. That's what you want out of a closer. I guess part B of the equation is that his ability to lead the league in games, you're probably not going to be able to deploy him the same way if he's closing. So I think that's probably what it comes down to for the Jays. They want to use him 80 times a year, 75, 80 times a year. And as a closer, you're probably going to throw 60 times. So it's just simple math. He gets into more games. He's capable of doing that. You don't have to worry about his health as much because he throws 80. And then they can use Varland in the ninth. Hopefully they can rehabilitate Jeff's brain and everything and get him right. And then he can get back in the mix. Jeff Hoffman, that is. And then they'll get Yimi Garcia back. And now you're starting to build towards something. Maybe end of the year, Tiedemann, or you push another guy to the bullpen. Now all of a sudden they have some arms. But, you know, it's tough. Like, in a way, I'm kind of on Rogers' side to get the closer job. But in a way, I kind of get it too. You know, if that makes sense. Like, just the ability to lead the league in innings, you know? Ooh, Shelly Duncan hit into the Sky Dome upper deck. Why can't he just start innings in the ninth? I understand the argument for not coming in with runners on. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that, again, I think honestly, I think it's the games pitched part of the equation that kind of gets them. Like, you look at closers' workload, they don't have as much. They don't pitch as much. Every now and then you see a year where a closer throws 70 times, but for the most part, they throw in the 50s or 60s, whereas dominant fireman setup guys throw 65, 70, 75 games, and he's been up to 80 games. So I think that's probably plays into it. And the ninth homer ball has been the killer, and he doesn't give up the home run. So I'm on board with that. Like, I get that. He checks a lot of boxes on it, and you could do a lot worse than Tyler Rogers closing for you. But I kind of understand it. And then this was my other argument. You don't want Varland to have to do two jobs. You don't want him to some days be your fireman early or pitch the 7th or the 8th, and then some days when he doesn't pitch the 7th or the 8th and the closer starts faltering, you go ahead and fire him in there as the backup to that. Whoever your closer is, you need to win or lose with that guy on the mound because you can't be looping in way more guys. So there's a lot to this equation, but I do think Schneider's landed in a decent spot for now, and we'll kind of watch it how it goes. Rogers is incredible. He will get saves opportunities this year. He's a machine. He is a machine. He just throws underhand and it works. It's incredible. It's also incredible that he's already at 433 career games and he hasn't pitched that many years yet. This is year 7. So he's chasing everybody down. I get any decision made anyway they do this. I can see the angle. Yeah, there's an angle on both of it. I mean, it's a good problem to have with these two. They're good players. All right, Noah is really really trying to get me to watch this pitcher. And I don't have like a problem with it, but at the same time, Reese Wissinger, I'm just not sure. So maybe we'll take a 2-second peek. Reese Wissinger. Ooh, I gotta log in. Shit, what's my username? I don't even remember. Crap. I thought I was already logged in. Ah, I'm back. That was crazy. Put me in right there. All right, multi-game, pitcher, Reese. Reese Wissinger. NCAA, we have video of him from college. '26, Dunedin Blue Jays. Let's see if we can get him from 2026. Non-batting, so 3 strikeouts. You're not going to get a whole lot, but we got 3 clips. Here he is, Reese Wissinger. I mean, hat falls off. It looks like the minor leagues. Come on, show me a fastball, kid. There's one. Man, hat falls off again. Get this guy a hat that fits. Pitching at Clover Park. That's it. That was weak sauce. All right, we need a research tool maybe. Hold on, I gotta log in on this one too. Puedo mirano. Puedo mirano. All right, we're going to look for this guy. Reese Wissinger. What do you got for me, Reese? League. High A, or is that low A? I think that's low A now. Single A. So he's pitched in 5 games. He hasn't done particularly great so far. Does have 9 strikeouts. Stats. Pitch log. Can we get pitch log from this guy? Doesn't look like we're getting any pitch log from him. You know what? He's just an A-ball. They're not going to give us a lot of information. Sorry about that. So, that's a fail. We failed. We saw 3 pitches, and it was really hard to tell what the heck was going on there. All right, we're gonna go a different direction. What else we got in progress today? How'd Zack Wheeler turn out? Did he finish his outing? 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 84 pitches in the return from TOS. They are clinging to a 1-run lead. Let's see the velo. So velo was way down. First game back. I was curious to see what this would look like. 94.7. Year average 96.1 from last year, so 1.5 miles an hour down from last time we saw him. Sinker down the same amount, sweepers down 2.3 miles an hour. He still pitched well, though. 36% whiff, 70% first pitch strike. Didn't throw a lot of zone pitches, but they chased him, so let's see it. Wheeler versus the Braves today. It's only 5 innings. I might just watch them all. Zack Wheeler, 84. I'm not going to watch them all, but I'm gonna go through them. He does strike out the first 2 guys, so let's watch all the pitches to the first 2 batters. All right, delivery looks the same, still whippy.
So that'll be interesting to track tonight.
I mean, I don't know why I'm expecting him to be at perfect velo day 1 back, but everything looks the same here. This one's 96.5, and he strikes out Ronald. First game back. Now here's Drake Baldwin.
So CJ,
Force him away ball. He looks good. He looks like the same Zack Wheeler to me. Delivery-wise, at least. TOS, you hear that, you really do think people's careers are over. I'm not going to lie. I know there's 2 kinds, and he had the lesser of the 2 kinds, but I I don't know. Still a scary word to hear for a pitcher, I'll tell you that. Here's a high heater attempt. Fouled off by Drake, and then he's going to punch him with the curveball. Nasty. You know what I never noticed with Zack that I'm noticing right now is he does like a weird like move with his toe. So look, the delivery starts, and his toe is right here. But then watch, he scoots it back to right there. So watch his toe. It starts there, and then he scoots it even further back away. So it's kind of like a double movement of the foot. I've never noticed that before. That's super weird. All right, now we'll just go to the out pitches. So it's a walk to Matty Olson. It's a lot of long at-bats there in the first inning, so it took him 20 pitches to get through the first, and he pops up Ozzy right there. Over to Bohm. Bohm needs to pick it up. He's a big part of the reason why they've been really bad so far. All right, he's going to get Michael Harris with a curveball line into the left. Is that going to be a double? No. Marsh cuts it off. Single. In play outs to Riley. Sinker in. Perfect location. Perfect. I mean, perfect location for the double play. Nice scoop by Bryce as well. But look at the target. This is just so good, man. And then look at the delivery pitch. Wham, right on target. You can't do it better than that. A lot of times you wonder what's going to come back first, the velo or the command for Wheeler. I mean, the commands looked okay here in the first 2 innings. I know he had one walk to Olson, but it was a 7-pitch at bat. Seems to be locating his heater to both sides as he gets through the second on that fly out. Third inning, first pitch out to Yastrzemski. Grounded out there. And then he's going to go after Eli White, who is our league leader, StatCast leader in sprint speed this year. Eli White. He is in the 30 feet per second club. Trey gets him out there. And then a strikeout on a sweeper of Ronald. So he strikes out Acuna twice, first 2 at-bats. So Ronald's real happy that Zach's back. Not. All right, 4th inning. Drake Baldwin starts it off with a walk. That's never good. And then another walk to Matt Olson. So maybe got a little tired, maybe came out with a little adrenaline early, and then now in the 4th, he's faltering just a bit. Let's see how he works through it. He's going to give up a hit here to Ozzy. Wow, great play by Trey, and honestly should have been an out, but Bryce, but he doesn't make the play there. Who's that? Stott? Man, what a play by Trey, and then they just don't catch it. Oh, brutal. Bases loaded. In play runs, Michael Harris. Almost a salami. Doesn't quite get there. Adolis makes the play. They get 1 run here, 1st and 3rd now. They're going to score another run here. Man, Riley just pulls the hands in nicely on that sinker. Scoots it into left. That ties the game up. So 1st and 3rd again. Now he's going to work through this. Gets a strikeout here called on Dubon. Very hard to strike Dubon out looking. He has never seen a pitch he didn't want to swing at. He goes for the challenge, and you are dead wrong, sir. So you're out. And then a 3-pitch. Let's watch the whole at-bat as he punches out of this jam. 2nd and 3rd's 2 outs to Yastrzemski. First pitch cutter in, strike. Fastball here. Popped up. That was a good pitch to hit. Doesn't hit it. And then he's going to punch him out looking with the front door sinker. Yep. See you later. Nice pitching right there. And he gets out of that jam. He does go out for the 5th. And it looks like he makes it through. Eli White grounder to Bohm. Ronald this time doesn't strike out.
That's a good sign for the Phillies, that is for sure.
Pops him out pretty deep to right. And then he's going to punch out Drake Baldwin to end his outing on a heater. So he held his velo that he did have pretty well. So I think he looked great. I'm not going to lie. I think he looked great. I love his delivery, by the way. It's one of the most flowy things in the world. This is his last pitch of the day. Look how flowy and just Gumby Zack Wheeler is. Also, another guy looks away from the target and then re-picks up the target. I mean, you want to talk about a flexible, easy, long lever uncoiling. I mean, it's Zack Wheeler. It's amazing that the Mets had him and DeGrom at the same time. It's the only. I think they're like very comparable to each other. And not a lot of other people are in that club, to be honest. So nice outing from him. I'm not concerned about the velo at all. I mean, can't have it all. Can't have it all first day back. But it's pretty sick. The Braves City Connects suck. Yeah, what do we think about these Braves City Connects? We got a good look at one here if you just want to scope out Mr. Antoine Richardson over here in the background wearing it, or I could show the batter, Drake Baldwin. I mean, I kind of don't hate him. I give him a better grade than the others just because they're kind of a nod to the past. At least they still have the Atlanta logo looking good. I don't think the pants work very well with the tops, so therefore I can't give him any higher than like a 6 out of 10. But I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. All right, solo shot. We didn't watch Dodgers yet. I know they're laying the smack down. I'll take a look at that in a minute. What else we got here? Eric Sabrowski is such an interesting watch. Doesn't throw gas, but is still super effective. We'll get to him at some point. Another Cleveland relief arm. AO reminded me after the break in college trying to access my library login. Yeah. Looks like he's still going to be dominant, that Wheeler. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked really good. Considering it's TOS and everything. It's almost like he pre-scissors like a hitter would. Yeah, with that scoot back on the foot. I think he looked good, honestly. I think Harvey had the worst of the two surgeries. What's amazing is the Mets had them both, and they couldn't win them with them, and lost them both. Yeah, it's true. I mean, at one point when it was Harvey, Syndergaard, Wheeler, Matz, DeGrom. Wow. That was something. Not sure if you talked about this already, but curious if you have thoughts on this push for some pitchers to start cutting their fastball more to be able to throw better breaking balls. Yeah, if they can get their spin efficiency down into that 80, 85%, then they feel like then they can, throw more east-west. They have more options. They can have a larger arsenal. And also I think it just, guys who have like dead zone heaters, they're trying to push them out of the dead zone. So even though it's even less efficiency, at least it's kind of a weird, like, perceived cut to it. So it's a little bit better than just throwing a shitty dead zone straight fastball. I think that's part of the equation there. Dodgers pitched out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. All right, so like I said, I don't have very long tonight, but we have a couple more games in progress. Let's check on that Dodgers-Cubs game. Cubs have been insanely dominant the last 10 days, especially with their lineup. All right, so Ray started this game. He got lit by the Dodgers, 3 1/3, 6 earned. Sasaki on the other side, only 1 walk, but did give up 3 home runs on the Dodgers side. Assad in the game for the Cubs. Offensively, who's having big days? 2 hits for Horner, 2 hits for Seiya. I meant to dig in on him. He's been great this year since he's been back. Shohei's been on base 3 times. Teoscar's got 2 hits. Kim and Freeland both have 2 hits. Max Muncy's been insane. He's got 1,000 OPS on the year. Ballesteros is hitting 404 with a 1.155 OPS for the Cubs. So yeah, let's just do a quick dig in on a couple guys. Well, first let me watch some of the highlights from this game or see what we have going on. I am curious to see if Roki brought back his slider at all. There were 11 of them in this game. Wow, very odd splitter happenings here for Roki. Up 4.5. Did he change his splitter away from the forkball? He did. He totally did. You guys see this? You guys see this shit? Do 52 splits. They were 4.5 miles an hour up. And not only that, look at the spin rate. Up 596 RPM from what he's averaged this year till now. So that's a new split. So now I got to watch Roki. Got to watch a lot of this game. I got to check in on this game. Cubs, Dodgers. All right. All right. Single pop-up double play is the first inning. Just want to get a glimpse of the splitter.
For Chicago, looking for their 11th in a row, and off we go with that fast.
This is a sinker.
From Sasaki.
I've been asking for him to throw a sinker. Oh my God, this is insane. Roki, what did you learn in the last week? This has got zero vert. This is a zero vert sinker. He's never had anything close to this. Zero vert sinker, or is this a split?
From Sasaki. There's a splitter downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What the hell is that? And then 98-2 four seam. And Nico does get a hit because Nico's so good. All right, here's the split.
Up comes Michael Bush.
Nasty, filthy, filthy. He should throw both. Can he throw both? Can he throw both? I want him to throw both. The 91 mile an hour one and the butterfly at 85. Then we'd be cooking with some gas. So splitter, fastball, 98-2 on the heater today. All right, I want to see some more splitters and sinkers. If that was not a split, now I'm starting to think that sinker was a split. All right, here's a split. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, and you can tell it's got more spin on it. There's the slider, also nice. Are we learning some things? Are we learning? I think we're learning. All right, here's a split with less RPM. And that's filthy. That is a filthy pitch. -4 vert. Gross. Bregman can't do anything but hit it in the ground. Man. I think he should throw both. I really do. I think he should throw both. That's my uneducated opinion. Man, this is a nice pitch. It's kind of like a splinker. And then the slider's looking a lot better too. Are we getting some things? I think we're seeing where this is the first game. I know that it's not a perfect start and it's against a great offense, but I'm seeing some actual improvement from Roki right now in the pitch mix, and it's exciting. He's going to be able to commit. Why do you want to throw the splitter like this? A little harder, more RPM? Well, I'll tell you why. The number one reason is command. That's the number one reason. More spin rate typically means you're a little bit more on the ball. I mean, these are gross.
Well, the splitter has got down action. That's going to be the key for him to have.
And so you should be able to, more touch on the. This is a home run by Seiya. This ball's nuked. This is an impressive swing. All right, so he got 4 seam and then 3 splitters, and then he homers on a heater at the top of the zone at 98.5. So this is more about Seiya than it is about Roki. That's actually a good pitch. Maybe he could have used it a touch higher. That's just a great swing by Seiya. And this guy's been locked in the last 2 years. Man. Impressive swing there by Seiya. Added more spin, only hung one to Moises, who sent it yard. Don't know if I like that, but might gain some control. But I think I like it because, yes, control is huge, and also throw 2 of them. Throw them both. I think he could maybe get to that point. Why not? I mean, this is nasty. It's got more speed on it too. So I'm very intrigued by what we're seeing in the early going in this game. Don't worry, I'll watch the Dodgers rake too. But I'm trying to get a look at Sasaki here. Sasaki was great at getting 2 strikes today. I think every hit he gave up was with 2 strikes. I don't even have a problem with that home run pitch, to be honest with you. That is absolutely sickening. Would throwing both help? I think it would help. I think the harder version, that's right around 1,000 RPM, I think he's going to be able to throw that more for strikes. And then I think the other one is just a devastating swing and miss potential. And also, so you throw more with 2 strikes. And also you can read the timing. Like if the hitter is early, like super early on your regular split, you go to the slower, like the forkball, and then they're going to be really early on that. And then now you're playing a little more of the Skeens game. 4 seam, sinker, splinker, changeup. He goes 4 levels with it. Theoretically, in the future, he could be going 4 seam, sinker, splitter, forkball. So theoretically, we could be headed into a pretty dynamic place to be in terms of reading swings and then, you know, making adjustments off of that. And on top of that, his sliders looked a lot better. Now, it's a similar profile to his split because it's more straight down. But here's a nasty split to PCA, I'm assuming. Oh my God, it's disgusting. This is gross.
Strikes out on 3 pitches here.
Yeah, go sit in the truck, kid. PCA knows it. All right, here's a hit by pitch on a slider. In play outs to Nico on a slider, so he does get Nico out this one time here. Flies him out to right. I don't know. This is the most encouraged I've been on Roki in a while as a starter possibility because I'm starting to see some things. Starting to see some adjustments. There's a hit, Michael Bush. I don't even care about the results that much. It's just like he's got more tools in the tool chest. Here's a called strike on a split to Bregman. It's also, if he can strike this pitch a lot, it could become his primary. He won't have to lean on his fastball as much. You know, he could become a primary harder splitter pitcher. That's disgusting. Let's watch this whole at bat as he punches out Ian Happ. Four seam 96-8. Perfect pitch because he needs to set the trap with a low fastball, which he does there. This is so nasty, guys. Oh my God.
10-game winning streak. Ian Happ leading off.
I'm back on him. I'm back on him.
Sasaki. Got him.
It's better to pitcher visualize how the pitch will end up at the plate.
He's starting the last 2.
When he threw the fastball to Seiya, Ora was very critical. He was saying it was bad strategy because Sasaki had already had him fishing down low. Well, I mean, I think he meant to throw it a little bit higher, but, you know, you trying to elevate off of 3 straight splitters, it's still pretty hard to hit that pitch, you know. So 3 years from now, I'm tracking you down to evaluate his fastball. Friendly gesture, not a threat. Oh, you're still talking about this A-ball guy? I hear you. I got you. Eventually he'll come around. If he's a big leaguer, then we'll talk about him. But he's not close yet. You know what I'm saying? We need to see the grip. I think that will answer if he can pitch both. That's a good point. I think it could work. I think it could work. I have a feeling. I have a feeling this could be a thing. I really do. All right, he's going to get Seiya out this time with the split. Ooh, just misses taking him deep there. And then here's the home run to Ballesteros on the split. Yeah, so he hung that one a little bit. I had some wonky spin rate on it too, and Ballesteros has been incredible. Nice home run there. Look at this dude. Wham. Homer. Look at Dave Roberts yawning over there. Fastball to Dansby popped out, and then another strikeout of PC on a splitter. That's twice he's punched him out on splits, and he just can't stop swinging at balls. Miguel Amaya. Four-seam up, flies it out. It's also because he has to protect his four-seamer. He doesn't have I don't think he has a great four-seamer. I think it's okay. I know he throws hard, and I know he's going to be disappointed in this outing and give up 4 runs. But progress was made in this outing. New split. He threw some good sliders. Threw a lot of strikes, only 1 walk. 1 walk is a big deal for this guy right now. He's been a walk machine early in the year. That's 2 outs. And then here's 3 outs. So he gets Bregman out on splitter all 3 times. It's impressive. Usually he makes a really quick adjustment if you get him out the first time one way. Did come out for the 6th. Looks like he got into some trouble finally in the 6th. So walk. And then a hit here to Seiya.
Who knows where the Dodgers would have been without him.
Little bleeder into center. And then that was it for Roki. But impressive stuff from Roki. Impressive stuff from Roki. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I know he gave up some runs, but I'm encouraged with the mix. I'm encouraged with the data points. Because we haven't seen this yet. So if it's something we haven't seen yet, you got to be excited about that a little bit. I need to reload this page. Come on, Internet. I don't have all night here. Yeah, Ballesteros needs that double XL merch. So I have a couple double XLs somewhere, and I'll probably put some more on the market for you soon, Ron. But I just, you know, I'm a double X, so I usually order that stuff for myself, so that we have some of it. All right. Yeah, look at this one more time. Splitter, 4-seam slider. Oh, they just updated this. So they took away that sinker and whatever else. The spin went up 417. So he's less wide, but I don't know how much. Doesn't seem that crazy. But yeah, 5 miles an hour also makes it good. I love that. And then the slider was good today. 43% whiff on slider, 36% whiff on splitter, and then most importantly, this is something we haven't seen out of him in a long time. 87% first pitch strikes, 20 of 23 batters. So I know we gave it up a little bit today, but this was a good day, and not like the Dodgers needed more good news, but that's good news. Roki Sasaki. All right, on the offensive side for LA, Muncy, 1 for 1 with a home run and 2 walks. Here's the home run at bat versus Colin Ray. First pitch curveball here. Yeah, this makes sense. We have to check out Glasnow from the other day. I'm not going to get to the million things I need to get to today. And honestly, I'm not going to see you guys again until Tuesday because I have a flight back on Monday morning. But we're almost done for the day. Hello? Hi, Oaks. What do you mean? Where's Brad? Dude's probably upstairs then. Did she say she was coming back? Okay, I'm almost done.
Can I just stay here?
You want to sit in here? Of course.
Because I didn't put on Anastasia and she's not going to turn it off.
You can turn it off.
Okay.
You can change it. She'll come back. All right, so here's the homer.
Strike on Muncy.
Ball's crushed. I mean, in my career, he was one of the hardest guys to face. He doesn't chase. He's got power potential. He uses the whole field. It's kind of like in that squat at the plate, kind of giving you a weird visual. And I just think he's a great hitter. I used to kind of hate him, like as an opponent. But the freaking guy can play some baseball, and he can really hit. And he's been a great Dodger. It's incredible to watch this guy do his thing. Sunglasses on at night for some reason. I wear my sunglasses at night. All right, good swing there. Other than that, I know the Dodgers got a bunch of hits. Not a lot of dingers, though. Kim got 2 hits. Freeland, 2 hits. He got 2 doubles. Let's see him real quick. This guy's getting a lot of playing time right now. Ooh, that's almost a homer. Wow. That was crazy. How's that not a homer? Okay, hit the top of the wall, and then he gets another homer here off of Assad. He's always got those damn glasses on. What's the most optimal spin rate for a split? I mean, there's no optimal spin rate for anything, really. I mean, obviously, usually for breaking balls and stuff, you want higher the better. But I would say for a split, like, it's just like if you're super low into the 3 digits, like if you're like 400, 500, 600 RPM, you're throwing a fork ball. So it's just really hard to control it because you barely have any fingers on the ball. So if you're right around like 1,000, a little above 1,000, then it's more of like the type where it's like a sinker with more drop, and you'll have more command of that. So pretty crazy. All right, this is also important. I have to go back to look at Glasnow from the other day because talk about making some changes. My guy made some crazy changes. I did not know that Tyler Glasnow was going to become a sinker pitcher all of a sudden. But that's what happened in San Francisco the other day, just in case you guys didn't realize this. He went 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and 105 pitches. But check out the breakdown. 46 sinkers? Who are you, sir? 46 sinkers, 21 sliders. So typically he's 4-seam curveball. But in this game, he flipped all his usage to sinker slider. So completely confused about how that happened. This is from Thursday versus the Giants. But he shoved. I mean, he shoved. He shoved. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 base runners in this whole outing. All sinkers. Crazy. just the usage. We have to keep an eye on this. Is this who he's trending into, or is he now have the ability to kind of be both guys? Also, 2 different curveball speeds. Good call there as well, Phil. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is, I don't know what the story with that is, but there's a knuckle curve at 80.3, and then there's his regular curveball, I guess, at 84. Maybe they're just different speeds. What's the difference in the movement? -16, -13, and then 6. I mean, they're very similar. I bet you they're the same pitch, just threw one harder than the other, but I could be wrong about that. But other than that, just the amazing sinker usage is just crazy. Plus, it's 15 and 11. You're not talking about anything crazy, but probably throwing a lot of front doors to lefties, and also just breaking bats and hands on the righties. Did I touch on the Cora firing? Yeah. My thoughts on it is like, look, I played for AC. I think he's a really smart manager. I liked him a lot. He's one of my favorite managers of all time. I've only dealt with Breslow once or twice. Don't really have much of an opinion on that. Did not see this coming. I know the noise got loud in Boston, so somebody's head was likely to roll. Usually shit rolls downhill. If you're in trouble, you're gonna have to scapegoat somebody. This is fairly usual, so it looks like Brez or Henry or whoever, combination of the two, Sam Kennedy, whoever else decided to, make the move from Alex. Very unexpected. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of those articles coming out over the next few days telling us all the things that we didn't know before. Curious to read those. I think AC Alex Cora will be very much desired in other places. But let's just see how it plays out. I don't really know. Was I shocked? Hell yeah, I was shocked. I think the red wedding analogy is very apropos. So the whole thing is crazy to me. Let's see what we got in the chat, because you guys obviously want to talk about this. It's crazy to me this happened in the middle of a series on the road. Me too, especially like they must have pre-planned it after the game today, and then, the universe is funny because they win 17-1 today. They should have fired Breslow. Roster's still going to suck with Chad Tracy managing. Yeah, I mean, look, if the roster sucks, the roster sucks. Can't polish a turd, But I don't know if it's like, I think they have talent, but I don't think the pieces fit. Kind of similar to how I'm feeling about the Mets a little bit right now, but we'll see. Disconnect between the front office and Cora clearly. AC to Phillies. Now the Phillies fans are ready to do that, So, I don't know, man. The whole staff. But I mean, look, like Ramon Vasquez and Alex are like 2 Ps. Varitek was part of the thing. The hitting coaches, I feel like they had to let those guys go. I think all the driveline people are going to take over even more, and then they're going to have their tentacles even more into the big league staff. So we'll just see. I mean, we'll just see. I don't know. It's really crazy, man. Do they have to find their own flights back? Yeah, probably. I don't know how it works. But I mean, he did make a lot of money. And it's not that wild that Bailey stayed, because him and Breslow are like best friends. So that tells me it probably came at least through Brez, if not straight from Brez. So, and then Varitek, he's just getting the head nod to go do something else in the organization because he's a Red Sox legend, I guess, right? Haven't checked out Trevor Rogers. I know he stunk today. So we'll see. Some more talk in the chat here about the Glasnow situation. Is the future of pitching going to just be guys cycling through 8 pitches and 3 arm slots over the course of their careers? Probably, yeah. I mean, but you know what? People always reinvented themselves over the years. That's nothing new. A lot of Hall of Famers. CC, Greinke, Maddox, Clemens. All these guys kind of reinvented themselves at one point, from power to less power. Arm slot changes. I mean, Pedro's arm kept getting lower and lower over time. So, but now we just have data to see it. Like, 4-seam guy just changes it all, and nothing goes wrong for this team, the Dodgers. So it's crazy. Ooh, we got a weather update tomorrow. You're looking at partly cloudy with a daytime high of 77, 100% chance of thunder bangers in the evening. Strong storms possible overnight, just your typical Missouri weather. Can't wait. So excited. Hopefully we play, They said they sent a black van to pick up the people that got fired. Yep, I'm sure they did. I mean, I thought about texting AC earlier, but I'm going to give it a couple days. But crazy. So crazy. Driveline became the Illuminati of MLB. I really hated the moves the GM made the last 2 years. AC to the Padres. How often is it a managing issue in these times versus the players just simply not being hot or playing well? I mean, it's always mostly on the players, but, you know, that's the reality. You get hired, you get fired in these jobs. AC had a great 2018 team. Dodgers just got steamrolled. No bad blood. Yeah, they were great. Maybe pack the... So NBC, they already told me they're going to have some rain gear for me, which makes me feel a little nervous. But I haven't had a good weather game yet. So, besides opening day. Other than that, I've been getting crushed, but maybe that's part of the fun. That is part of the fun. And everybody's thinking the AC to the Phillies thing with Dombrowski over there since he worked with AC before. I don't know where they're going to have me yet. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. Maybe they'll put me up by the Sasquatch that walks around at the top of that thing in left field every time Vinny gets a hit. Maybe that's what they'll do. All right, I'm not going to watch Glasnow pitch, but you saw the results. You know, you see how he did it. Sinker, slider, crazy. Maybe 2 curveballs, maybe not. So we'll watch his next start and find out. But 8 innings, 1 hit, 2 base runners. 1 hit, 1 walk is crazy. All right, in progress. Did anything break free in the Yankee-Houston game? Sure did. 8-3 in the 9th. Who gave it up for Houston? Souza, blue ball, Murray. Got home runs. Grisham. Got a bunch of home runs. Wells and Caballero. Will you talk to any players before tomorrow's game? Yeah, I mean, I'll be in both clubhouses, so I'll see some guys. I'll see Starling Marte. I'll see Vinny. I probably won't talk to Lugo since he's pitching, but I'll see some guys. It'll be great. Oh, you want me to bring AC on the show? I'm sure he'll come on, but it wouldn't be anytime soon. So, crazy. Hey, I just got here. Hope your day was good. Big day for the Sox. Yeah, we've been talking about it a lot. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. There'll be some more stuff coming out. Why are there no short pitchers? There are plenty of short pitchers. Actually, more short pitchers now than there were in the past. Sometimes being short can be an advantage in baseball. Like Yamamoto, 5'8". Get you a poncho and sit under the waterfall like Maid of the Mist at Niagara Falls. Could be. Yeah, totally could be. Oh, so this was new Blue Jay news today. Savage is on his way back. So, he's going to be back facing the Red Sox on Friday, so let's see how he looks. The Blue Jays definitely need him. I'll see Trout. I'll say hi to Trout. I'll say hi to Trouty. We need to get the Pasquatch on the show. I will definitely ask him tomorrow when he can come on, whenever it works for him. So we'll see. The average height of pitchers is 6'3", making all the 6-foot lads feel short. Yeah, but there are some under now. I don't know. Baseball is all different sizes, but of course to throw hard, typically it helps, to be bigger, typically. So Tim Collins, a famous guy, 5'7" for the Royals through 95, 96. So what shook free in this Yankees game real quick, and then I'm probably going to say goodnight. We're not going to be able to watch a lot tonight because I am tired. This was Houston, and I have to get up early. Houston and the Yankees. I just want to see what happened here. Blue ball kind of gave it up a little bit, maybe, or Souza. Looks like the 7th inning. Walk, single, walk, walk, walk. Okay, nothing special there. Ground out, walk, single, bunt, walk, sac fly, ground out. Jeez Louise, walk. A lot of walks. So nothing exciting really to look at. There's a couple home runs in this game. Trent Grisham got one here off Burrows. See, it's a fastball, probably pull side. No, Crawford boxes. Sick. Sick. 99.4 for Trent. Don't see him going Oppo Taco too often. Benny Rice, 3 for 4. He's unreal. Wellesley got a home run and 2 walks. Let's see Wells' home run. Off of Tang. This was a go-ahead shot. Ooh, above the zone. Get those hands up there. Ooh, wow, look at all the Yankee jerseys in the crowd. They traveled to Texas. That's wild. 92.6 should never be a home run, though. I'm sorry. That's very unlucky. Very unlucky for Tang. And then Caballero, who homered in back-to-back games, as he can feel... Volpe coming. Man, what's that, 93? Well, that was at least 100. All right, so those are the 3 Yankee home runs. Let me get in the chat here, and then I'll do probables for tomorrow. Did you check out Witt doing the magic, throwing out Trout? Yeah, we can watch that real quick, too, and I'll talk to Bobby as well tomorrow. Maybe see if he wants to come on, too. at some point. Interesting they decided to place Lauer over Scherzer in the lineup. I kind of like it. I miss chubby pitchers. That's the thing. There's not a lot of these guys left. Most guys are in tremendous shape now. But, yeah. What will Jays do with Mad Max when Barrios comes back? I don't think Max's standing is guaranteed at all on this team at this point, but we'll see. We'll see what they want to do with him. Got to remember, he's got a lot of incentives, so they have reasons to push him out the door if they need to. Jazz said he was fined $1,000 a kangaroo court for his bad challenge. How exactly are those amounts agreed upon? I'm sure they have standard amounts, but obviously on a major league team, they're going to be high. In the minors, it was like 5, 10, 25 or something like that. You know, the 3 different levels you want to levy in court, but in the big leagues, they can be expensive. For sure. They need to add a BMI stat to Savant. Yeah, Bieber will be back too. I mean, there's a lot of things coming for these guys. You want to see that play that we're talking about? Trout. Mikey Trout hit it and Bobby Witt made the play. Two of the best. So Angels and Royals. This was from today. This is the last thing I'm going to watch. And then I'm going to do Probables. Look at this play by Bobby. This play is sick.
On the ground, Bobby
Spin, fire. Got him. Very nice. He is so good at shortstop. So I just watched Trevor Story do this the other day, and he did like the float throw. Bobby goes for the bounce throw, which I actually think is more fundamentally sound here. But he catches Mike burning it down the line. I also have to talk about Mike about maybe getting onto his golf course. Then I could get Mitch to come visit me, and we'll go play down in South Jersey. I gotta get on Trout National. So I'll talk to Mike tomorrow. We'll get it working. Nice play, Bobby. Sick play right there. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Where have you gone? El Guapo, Rich Garces. Yeah, BMI is stupid. I agree. Dumb metric. Dumb metric, Mitch. Dumb. All right, let's move it on to tomorrow's probables. First, I'll tell you what's in progress right now, and then that's it for me. Dodgers up 12-4 on the Cubs, so the Cubs streak's going to come to an end. Phillies 4-4 in it with Atlanta in the 8th. Phillies are desperate for a win. Other than that, every other game is a final. We know the Sox won, Mariners won, Jays won, Giants won, Rays won, Nationals won, Padres won. Texas over the A's 4-3. Kansas City 12-1 over the Angels. Yankees are now winners of a ton in a row. They are 8-3. They won 8-3. Pittsburgh 6-3 over Milwaukee. Cincinnati 9-2 over Detroit. Colorado and the Mets were postponed. Okay, probable time. Here we go. The new look coaching staff on the Red Sox, and it's Connolly Early versus Kyle Bradish. That's a very nice matchup tomorrow from Camden. Phillies at Braves. See if the Phillies are still trying to snap their skid. Nola, Sale, 2 legends going at it there. Guardians, Jays, Saccone, and Corbin. Corbin's, we'll see how he pitches. He's definitely going to get replaced when all these guys come back, I would guess. Tigers, Reds, Kiter Montero, who's been outstanding, versus Rhett Lauder, who we watched his last start. Rockies, Mets, Quintana, and Lightning McLean. So we're not going to get our weekly Lightning McLean watch, I don't think, because I can't stream again until Tuesday. But he goes game 1, and then game 2 is TBA versus Senga. Twins, Rays, Woods, Richardson, and Schultens. I'm going to put this in there. Nationals, White Sox, Foster Griffin, Brian Hudson, who's a reliever. So they're going Johnny Holstaff. Yankees, Astros. Yankees looking to keep rolling. It's Luis Gil versus Spencer Arrighetti. He's probably been the most promising starter for Astros in recent memory this year. Pirates, Brewers, Molodinsky, and Kyle Harrison. Mariners, Cardinals, Hancock and McGreevy. A's, Rangers, JT Ginn and Kumar Rocker. Padres, Diamondbacks, Michael King and Ryan Nelson, who had a tough outing his last one. Marlins, Giants, Max Meyer, and a guy who's rolling right now, Landon Roop. And that will, 2 more left. Shota Imanaga, who's been outstanding. He gets the Dodgers tomorrow, and Justin Robleski. And then the game that I will be doing, Reed Detmers and Seth Lugo from Kansas City. Check me out on NBC tomorrow night. If you have a free moment, we'll be having fun, weather permitting, of course. You know, always weather permitting. All right, thanks for the short stream today. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. If anything crazy happens, you'll probably see a video take place. But if not, then I'll see you Tuesday morning for baseball and coffee. Sorry about nothing tomorrow or probably Monday. It's just logistics. But we'll be back rolling on Tuesday. So catch me in the Discord, and I'll see you guys on Sunday Night Baseball and everything. And then again on Tuesday. All right, have a great rest of your weekend, and good night, everybody. See ya.